Our next story is from across the channel, from the UK. The weekly opinion polls came out yesterday and they had bad news for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Sunak is from Britain's Conservative Party, also known as the Tories. This party has been in power since 2010 and now their popularity has hit its lowest level. This week's survey put their approval rating at 19%. This is the second time it has fallen so low, 19%. You know the last time this happened? It was back in September 2022 under former Prime Minister Liz Truss, the one who couldn't outlast a head of lettuce. She is Sunak's predecessor and the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history. She was Prime Minister for only 49 days and a big reason was her massive unpopularity. Now Rishi Sunak has gone ahead and matched her record. He's also fallen below the 20% threshold. Does this mean his days as Prime Minister are numbered? If you believe the tabloids, then a coup is apparently in the works. Bring out your lettuce. Because the Tories are apparently planning to throw Sunak under the bus and replace him with a relatively fresh face, possibly Penny Mordaunt. She leads the Tories in the lower house of Parliament and she's tried to become Prime Minister twice already. She lost to both Truss and then Sunak back in 2022. Now she may be trying her luck again, but instead of focusing on Mordaunt, let's look at the Tories and Sunak and how we arrived at this situation. The Tories are desperately trying to hold on to power. They're extremely unpopular, a whole 25% behind their chief rivals, the UK Labour Party. Britain will hold elections soon, no later than next January, but in all likelihood way before that. So the Tories do not have much time to win back support, which is why they may be thinking about ousting Rishi Sunak. So he becomes their fall guy. There's a grand show of remorse, proclamations of a change in direction, the usual spiel. And this is an old Tory tactic. It's the same way they got rid of Liz Truss, a rebellion followed by an internal vote. Before her, there was Boris Johnson. Before Johnson, Theresa May. And before that, the Tory who started this carousel, David Cameron. The Tories have had 5 prime ministers in less than 15 years, and now they're apparently thinking about PM number 6. But no matter how many times they change the face, the party keeps losing support. So maybe it's time they get some new ideas or accept their upcoming defeat and let Rishi Sunak finish his term with as little fuss as possible. Because for Sunak, that's the best case scenario. He's deeply unpopular, reaching Liz Truss levels, despite slowly chugging along with his plans. Inflation is down in the UK. It hit 3.4% last month, the lowest level in 2.5 years, but the Bank of England is not convinced. It hasn't reduced interest rates, meaning it doesn't believe that Rishi Sunak has succeeded yet. Sunak has also tried solving illegal migration with the controversial Rwanda bill. The bill passed the lower chamber of Parliament, but the British House of Lords refuses to move it along. So, in his desperation, Prime Minister Sunak has come up with a new Rwanda scheme. He now wants to pay asylum seekers to go to Rwanda. He's reportedly offering £3,000 per refugee. He wants to pay them to leave. You can imagine how a conservative supporter base reacted to that. So it makes sense that Sunak's popularity keeps diminishing. It isn't just one poll saying this. Every poll is painting a grim picture for Rishi Sunak. Earlier this month, the public was especially harsh. They called him weak and useless. The Labour Party is loving this. They keep goading Sunak, calling him a coward for not holding elections immediately. It shows their confidence in Sunak's dire situation. For him, the best case scenario is that he remains Prime Minister till early next year. Worst case, today's lettuce lasts longer. But either way, Rishi Sunak and the Tories have capitulated and no political maneuvers are likely to turn things around.